This is a Love Life Horoscope Tarot reading for Taurus for the month of November 2021. Before we get to it, I just want to introduce the new device I have. You'll see a blue light pulsating behind me. And what that is it's like this device that ghost hunters put in the center of a room, to communicate with ghosts. If it goes green, then it's a yes. And if it goes red, then it's a no. And the reason I got it is because I noticed a couple readings now that my lights were pulsating. And the last time this happened was a couple of weeks ago. And I figured, whenever it goes red, it doesn't go red very often. But whenever it goes red, it gives me the shivers a bit. It may have been less than a couple weeks ago, now that I think about it. But it's kind of like this. My brain is kind of flustered. So yeah, it's something that I got to help communicate with spirits, and the next thing I want to get is this kinetic SLS camera that will kind of capture ghosts. So I'll get to see if there's something else in this room while we're doing these readings. And I got a mirror set up so I can see what's going on behind me. All right, now let's get to this reading. So in your person's overall energy for the month of November, we got the Tower in reverse. And for yours, we got the Chariot. Interesting. I think I know why it beeped, because before I start the readings, I rolled a dodecahedron to tell me what sphere of influence is being shared in this connection, or what sphere of influence is attributed to the major arcana card. So for your person, we've got the fifth sphere, the abstract oblivious. The way I do it is I put down the cards so I don't forget. And for your sphere, we have the second sphere. Sometimes it's hard to tell, so I have to just double check which sphere it is. So for your sphere, it's the second sphere. Sorry, abstract oblivious, and for you, the intimate sphere. Seems that your person, in their energy, it's like they're putting their faith that everything is going to be okay. Like they've gone through something difficult and now everything is starting to turn well again for them. And for yours, it's kind of like with this Chariot and the second sphere, that intimate sphere. You're taking progressive measures towards this person. It's like you're getting everything ready. This could be, in terms of travel towards them. So let's get a spread of what's going on here. We got the Nine of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Four of Swords. A lot of energy coming from them to you. Yes, a lot of energy coming from them to you. And I was just thinking that, they're not out of the woods quite yet, that they're still dealing with this destruction of something that was false, something that didn't make sense in their energy. They probably went through a system where they're getting rid of people that weren't consistent, that weren't looking out for their best interests, and they've isolated those people. But there's still some hurt attributed to that. There's still some stress. And they want to restore trust in this connection because they want to heal things with you. Let's clarify this King of Wands energy. For them, independence. For you, virtue. So you may have, it seems like a situation where this person hasn't let you know of what's been taking place in their life, what tower had to crumble for them, and the stress associated to that, because they kept that hidden from you. It's a very virtuous thing, but they want to heal this situation without any precursor to what led up to them wanting to restore trust in this situation. It's kind of like this non sequitur where something that happened to them shouldn't matter in terms of what they want with you, right? It's a virtuous kind of act because they don't want to upset you, perhaps. They don't want to bring you into their stress. Okay. Now let's get to the random love generated questions. What's going on in your love interest's head? What's on their mind? That's the first question that popped up. Eight of Swords, Page of Cups, and the Six of Swords. Yeah, a lot of energy from them to you. With the Eight of Swords here, Page of Cups, they may be trying to numb themselves a little bit. They may be trying to, very virtuous energy, because it's kind of like they want to stop thinking about certain things that happened in the past. Like they're in their energy, they're numbing themselves. But it's a precursor to this show of love. And it's not necessarily a precursor. It's they want to deal with the problems without having any influence on this connection, because they see it going in a direction, like it's almost like they're being pulled in this direction with the Six of Swords towards you. Still very vulnerable. So there is something vulnerable that happened, but with the Page of Cups, it's like they're putting their faith in love. It's like their feelings for you are pleasantly surprising them. They may be helping them through this situation that they've been through, and they're coming towards you without fully understanding, where things are heading or what the outcome will be. But it's like some sort of outside force is kind of pushing them in your direction. Let's clarify this Six of Swords. For them, whoa, constancy wanted to come out. For you, kindliness. Yeah, it's like you're very kind to this person, and they could depend on that. That's something that's pushing them towards you, because it's like that kindliness is a reflection of who you are, of what they want more of in their life. And this person sees you as being capable, like your kindliness hasn't really changed. So it's a very positive effect for them. That's what's going on in their head, is they can depend on you, on your kindness. How is your love interest showing you love at this time? in the month of November? Death, the Hierophant, and the Nine of Cups. A lot of their energy, so much energy from them to you. They're putting an end to something, and it's kind of like this is the situation now. Like they're ending something. They're ending these traumatic thoughts about their past. Those things that were haunting them. The Death card is the capability of someone to go through something very scary and end that cycle in their life. A lot of people have trouble with that because it's kind of like not everyone can make it through that death energy. And then they have to repeat a cycle all over again to get a better understanding of things. But your person, they're putting an end to this because the Hierophant, they're seeing a truth. And the outcome here, is going to be very happy. It's kind of like they're choosing love. They're choosing to think about love instead of thinking about pain. And that is very revolutionary here for anyone going through a cycle, because it's so easy to start thinking about that drama and start fighting things in your head, like, oh, I should say this to this person if I ever see them again. You know what I mean? Like it's these negative thoughts that keep on arising, and sometimes people find power in those negative thoughts. But this person is seeing a truth in love and wanting to be surrounded by love. So how they're showing you love at this time, they're showing you love by choosing to go towards love instead of choosing to go back into a state of trauma. Let's clarify the Nine of Cups. For them, tenacity. For you, completion. Them choosing love is the completion of that cycle, that they're going to be cutting that right out of their lives. This person is cutting, and it's not something that's easy to cut off, because tenacity is something that takes willpower, that takes effort. It's a very difficult, there's a difficult obstacle to overcome, but they're overcoming it with truth and with love. In the extended, we'll look into, is there a third party influencing this connection? I think so, on their side. We'll ask, what surprises lay in store for you in the next few days, or in the next month? I should have changed these questions to encompass the month. What surprises lay in store for you in the next month? What do you need to watch out for at this time in November? And we'll ask, how should you handle this love interest in your next interaction? The link for the extended is down below. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you the best with your choices. Much love.